Hey there, greetings everybody. I want to welcome you all here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph and I am the host of this channel. So we're doing an episode of What's New tonight, the normal show that we do on Saturday night. We're going to be featuring a band called Ruthless, and the album is called Curse of the Beast. This is a classic metal but also a speed metal band. To me, they have a little bit of both of those elements. There's a little bit of that kind of, I don't know what you would call it, that kind of growling to the music, but it's not severe, so I quite like it. So this album maybe wouldn't have fallen within my range of music that I like in the metal realm, but there are enough really good things on here that it's worth talking about this album. So this album was released July the 17th, 2026. About 51 minutes, a little over 51 minutes in length. It's on the Fire Flush record label, and Ronald Sandoval is the producer of this album. The band consists of Sandy K. Vasquez on bass, Glenn Paul on guitars, Joe Agassi on drums, Sammy Dijon on vocals, and then you have guest session musician David Cervantes on guitars, doing more of a second guitar part here. So you've got, overall, I believe there's 11, maybe 12 tracks. I think it's, 12 tracks in total. Some really good stuff on here. Some stuff that, maybe is a little bit too much into the speed growling stuff for me, but for the most part, I like it quite a bit. I think their guitar parts are really good. Dominating, lots of heavy riffing, some really good metal guitar soloing as well, and there's a constant kind of heavy beat to most of the music, which is, for metal, it's almost imperative. Some people just like do that speed stuff all the time, and there's no real riffing going on, so there's no pulsating to the music. It kind of loses me when that happens. So overall, I think it's a pretty strong album. I'm going to give you a breakdown of the songs. So it opens up with a song called Blood Moon. This is just over a minute, halfway between a minute and 2 minutes long. Very heavy melodic guitar riffing on this track with a second melodic intermediate guitar riff. So it's not as severe, more melodic. And then the secondary riff is quite catchy. This is an instrumental track only. Next track up is Curse of the Beast, which is the title track of the album. This is the first song, kind of leads into this song. It's a more of a speed metal sound, very heavy driving guitar parts here. The vocals are fast, choppy. Second voice is raspy, deeper, more growly like. The solo is fast, speed metal like. Almost a growl like feel to the vocals, almost like speed metal like feel to the entire song. Some melodic parts thrown in there just to kind of break it up. Probably, though, for me, the weakest track on the album. Next up is Raging Violence, which is one of the stronger tracks on here. Fast-paced solo to open with some melodic speed riffing going on here. Vocals are heavy, raspy, almost screechy at times. It's a driving, heavy guitar sound. The solo is fast, driving, multi-layered type of single soloing. I mean, this is a really good track. I think one of the better ones on the album. Next up is called Berserker. This one actually came with a video. Video was pretty decent. Nothing special. It's not a live concert thing or anything. It's just flashes of pictures and stuff from the album cover and the inside of the cover. So this is a very heavy metal, melodic, crashing, kind of beefy guitar sound. Fast-paced, machine gun-like speed metal. The vocals are dark, deep, and raspy. The second vocals are a little bit more clear, a little bit more high-end. And then the solo is blazing and high-pitched. Decent song. Suffocating Fear, another really good song on the album. Metal-like opening with a catchy riff and a fast-paced driving track. The vocals are high screaming, a little bit of a high scream here. Vocals are clear, melodic sounding. Second vocals are medium and maybe a little bit heavier, but just as melodic and just as clear. I'm going to flip over now. Next song up is called Blood Coalition. This one is also a really good track. Another one. There's about 5 or 6 really strong tracks on this album. This is another one of them. Another slow melodic guitar part with a mellow kind of solo. Then you got this heavy driving riff. It speeds up. The solo is more driving and heavy at the second solo, that is. You got a deeper overdrawn vocal part with a heavy scream. The medium vocals are clearer, cleaner sounding, and a lengthy, fast guitar solo at the end. I like this track, really catchy actually. Sign of the Cross, another kind of heavy, beefy stuff. It starts out with a kind of a raw, melodic guitar riff to open, kind of sets the mood for maybe a more doomy sound, but then it speeds up. Metal guitar riff takes over, song picks up tempo, also with a slow melodic background guitar still going that it had initially. Vocals are almost Iron Maiden-like, but very clear, and the second vocals are deeper, more menacing. Next track is Prophecy of Chaos. This is a little bit weaker of the back-end tracks. It's probably the weakest. Very fast-paced guitar riff, heavy overall sound. Vocals are deeper, more aggressive, raw, growly. There's some odd guitar sounds here, and the solo again, very fast, driven solo. Next up is Killed by Fate. This one's a little better than that one. Next couple are a little bit. These 3 songs, Prophecy of Chaos, Killed by Fate, and On the Sands of Hell. These are all okay tracks, but not the stronger tracks on the album. Killed by Fate, machine gun-like speed metal riff. Second riff with a more melodic, heavy metal, classic metal sound to it. Then you got these vocal parts, which are mixed. So you got one that's higher, but raspy and beefy. The second one is maybe a little bit more heavier. And then there's a kind of a secondary, catchy, beefy, melodic guitar riff as well. So it's okay. Next up is On Sands of Hell. This one is pretty much in the same as the previous 2. Nice open, raspy screech here. Then a very fast-paced, driven guitar and drum part. The vocals are typical of this album. The solo, extremely metal-like sound. So nothing flashy about this particular song, nothing terribly memorable, but not bad. The next track is called Hallowed Ground. It's the last of their tracks that they wrote. Low bass, a little bit spacey on this particular song. Almost a void-like sound, I guess is you might want to call it. A melodic guitar riff. Some vocals are menacing, deep, heavy growls at time on this particular track. It does pick up speed and tempo as the song goes along. It's one of the solid tracks on here. And then they finish off with the cover of Judas Priest's Metal Gods. These guys here, covering them up. I'm going to pull it down just a bit so you can see the shirt. So they're covering Metal Gods here. They do a decent job on this. It's heavy, beefy, melodic guitar riff, which is what you expect from this song. The vocals are heavy, mid-range. He does attempt to do that screaming-like sound. He does a pretty good, decent job of it. It's got a nice, catchy riff, as this song often does. It's a good cover of this song. I gave it a fairly good mark. Think it would be one of the 5 or 6 better tracks on the album. So I would say half the track or half the songs on the album are above average, really good. The other half, mediocre to maybe not so good, but nothing terrible on this album. I think it's a solid album. If you like that classic melodic Iron Maiden type sound with maybe a little sped up parts here and there, you'll probably like this a lot. I kind of liked it a lot. I think it's an album that will probably do well when I do the rankings at the end of the year. So that's my my pick for today. Ruthless, the band, and their album Curse of the Beast. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please hit the like and subscribe. If you want to make any comment about this band or the album or any of the stuff I've said, you can do that in the comment section below. And we'll be back next Saturday night with another episode of What's New. Take care. Have yourself a good evening, and goodbye here from the Prog Monster.